Hello and welcome to Unews for this Wednesday, July 10th. I'm Andrea Linares. We begin with new fallout from multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein's arrest. Calls are growing from Democrats for Labor Secretary Alexandria Acosta to step down over his role in brokering a controversial plea deal with Epstein more than a decade ago. Trump has not revealed details as to what his fallout with Epstein was about. The Trump Organization says Epstein was banned from Mar-a-Lago by Trump himself. And some more major news out of Washington. President Trump is directing the government to revamp the nation's care for kidney disease so that more people whose kidneys fail have a chance at early transplants and home dialysis. Trump's 2020 fight is underway. Democrats are trying to unseat Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and now they have a candidate. Rafael Rodriguez introduces us to Amy McGrath. Now to New York City, equal pay chants spread throughout the crowd as the city held a ticker tape parade to celebrate the World Cup champion U.S. women's soccer team. Blanca Rosa Vilches is in the Big Apple covering all the big festivities. Blanca Rosa. Thanks so much, Blanca Rosa. And staying on this topic, one Democratic senator joining that fight for equal pay for the U.S. women's team. Senator, more ahead right here on Unews, include a shocking report out of Arizona. Migrant children held by Border Patrol agents in the city of Yuma are reporting cases of sexual assault as well as retaliation for protest efforts against current conditions. This comes after other reports revealed unsanitary situations and severe overcrowding. Lorraine Cáceres has more details on this. Lorraine.
The documents were obtained by NBC News with dozens of accounts by minors reporting unconscionable mistreatment at the hands of Border Patrol agents. One hearing specifically on this topic, on the possible mistreatment of children and families at these detention centers. That is all the information we have right now from Washington. I'm Lorraine Cáceres. I'll toss it back to you.
Thanks, Lorraine, for that information. And across the border in Mexico, we're now starting to see the effects of a new U.S. government program that forces migrants to remain there as they wait for their asylum hearings. In Ciudad Juárez, the migrant population has exploded, and as Noela Plume explains, new concerns about the safety of those temporarily being housed there. And as the migrant crisis continues, the risk to those looking for a better life in the United States continues as well. In Mexico, a tragic end for one migrant family from Guatemala. The group ambushed one small boy, the sole survivor of a violent encounter. Here's Tani Noriega with the story. Back here in the U.S., just days after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit Ridgecrest, California, authorities in neighboring Nevada are investigating a possible quake-related death. The recent earthquakes were a wake-up call for millions to prepare for the big one. But as Salvador Duran explains, some residents are now struggling to buy basic emergency survival kits. Salvador, for that useful tip. And now to a stunning new development for one of the country's biggest and most well-known hotel chains. Marriott Hotels facing a major lawsuit that could end up affecting travelers all around the world. The Attorney General in Washington, D.C. is suing the company, accusing Marriott of using hidden fees to bump up room cost. Meridi Marungi explains. State Administrator Fabiola Galindo has more.
Expected that more counties present similar lawsuits in the upcoming days. Meanwhile, Governor Cuomo and District Attorney Leticia James have 21 days to respond at the courts. In New York, Fabiola Galindo, Unews.
Coming up next, some scary moments at a Los Angeles judge has reduced bail for a former University of Southern California gynecologist accused of serial sexual assault. George, where an Uber driver got quite the surprise when cops paid him a visit to his house. They told him he had unknowingly taken part in an armed robbery as the getaway driver. David Romo has the story. Still ahead on Unews, why dozens of guests. Welcome back to Unews. An investigation is underway into a carbon monoxide leak that sickened dozens of people at a motel in Canada. Paola Byron has the latest. A huge storm swept a busy beach in Abruzzo, Italy yesterday. Now, a spanning effort to save a group of children in Syria. A Chilean grandfather living in Sweden doing what he can to help save those kids. Pablo Monsalvo has the story. And still ahead, find out how one social program is going to let you know when you're being mean. The social media giant is launching 2 new features to combat bullying, and Luis Mejid tells us how exactly it all works. Find out what scientists... And now let's talk about a bird that likes to boogie. Yes, you heard right. Science is now learning quite a bit from a dancing and head-banging cockatoo. Azul Alvarez has the story. What a great video. And finally, here's another story for all you animal lovers. Today is National K, and we don't have another pet since then. That's all the time that we have for the first hour of Unews. I'm Andrea Linares, but there's still so much more information straight ahead today with my team Periano. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later.